Hong Kong, 1971. Friday evening, 8:30 p.m. In the narrow streets of Central District, neon lights reflect off rain-slicked sidewalks. The city pulses like an organism that never sleeps. Inside a small Cantonese restaurant, the atmosphere is the complete opposite of the chaos outside. Dim but warm. 15 tables, most occupied. Families eating dinner, a couple talking quietly, old men drinking tea and debating politics. Normal Friday evening energy. The air thick with ginger and garlic. At a corner table, a man sits alone. Early 30s, 5'7", maybe 135 pounds. Black pants, white shirt, sleeves rolled up, chopsticks in hand, steamed fish and rice in front of him. Eating slowly, savoring it. This man is Bruce Lee. All week, he worked on the set of The Big Boss, shifts starting at 6 a.m., ending at 7 p.m. Every strike must be right. Every movement must be intentional. The result? Deep exhaustion. But now, at this corner table, nobody recognizes him. Nobody wants anything. Just fish, rice, and silence. Perfect. The restaurant is half full. Maybe 25 people. At the table next to Bruce, 3 men are sitting. Mid-30s. Shirts untucked. Faces flushed from baijiu. Their bottle nearly empty. They've been drinking for hours. Their voices getting progressively louder, swaying in their seats. Bruce continues eating, but his awareness has shifted. He's not watching them directly, but he's recording everything. Their positions, their body language, the rhythm of their anger. He reads violence the way most people read traffic lights. Right now it's yellow, transitioning to red. The loudest man is complaining about money. You said you'd pay last month. Business is slow. I need more time. More time? I gave you 6 months. 6 months. Voices rising. Other customers nervously glancing their way. The restaurant owner, an elderly woman wiping tables, approaches cautiously. Gentlemen, please, quiet down. You're disturbing other customers. The loudest man turns, looks at her. Mind your own business, old woman. The woman retreats, shakes her head. Bruce rotates his chopsticks in the fish, but his brain is processing something different. Remembering his teacher's words, Ip Man's words, be water. When surrounded, don't see 6 enemies. See 6 obstacles. Water doesn't fight rocks. It flows around them, uses their weight against them. Bruce takes a sip of tea, hot, calming. At the next table, tension escalates. The debtor stands up. You think I'm stupid? You think I'll forget? Please sit down, says the third man, trying to mediate. Let's talk about this tomorrow. When tomorrow never comes. The loudest man grabs the debtor by his collar, pulls him up. The table shakes. A glass falls, shatters on the floor. Now everyone in the restaurant is watching. The couple on their date stands up, ready to leave. The old men stop their politics debate. The owner reaches for the phone, probably calling the police. The debtor pushes back. Get your hands off me. Now they're chest to chest, shouting. The peacemaker stands up, trying to separate them. Stop. Both of you stop. But drunk men don't stop. The loudest man throws a wild punch, misses the debtor, connects square with the peacemaker's face, blood from his nose. The man stumbles backward, crashes into Bruce's table. Bruce's teacup tips over. Hot liquid runs off the edge of the table, drips onto Bruce's lap. Bruce carefully sets his chopsticks down. Doesn't stand, doesn't speak, just slides his chair back slightly, creates angles. The 3 men are now fully fighting. The peacemaker, nose bleeding, is now throwing punches too. Anger has replaced reason. They're grappling, knocking into tables. Other diners scramble away. One punch goes wild, comes within inches of an elderly woman's head. She screams. Her husband tries to shield her. This is the moment Bruce decides, still seated, still calm, but no longer a bystander. The loudest man throws another punch, wide and sloppy. His trajectory brings him within arm's reach of Bruce. Bruce's left hand shoots out, fast, precise, catches the man's wrist mid-swing. Not hard, just enough to redirect. The man's momentum carries him forward, off balance. Bruce applies pressure to a specific point on the wrist. The man's hand opens involuntarily. His knees buckle. 1 second. The second man, the debtor, seeing his attacker suddenly drop, charges forward. Bruce is in his path. Bruce's right hand, still holding chopsticks, strikes forward. Not stabbing, just a sharp tap to a pressure point below the ribs. The debtor's breath catches. His body freezes mid-motion. He can't inhale. Panic sets in. He drops. 2 seconds. The third man, the peacemaker, nose still bleeding, confused by what's happening, swings blindly. His fist arcs toward Bruce. Bruce leans back slightly in his chair. The punch passes 6 inches from his face, and as it goes by, Bruce's left hand moves again. Palm strike to the man's inner elbow. The arm hyperextends slightly. Not enough to damage, enough to cause sharp pain and loss of control. The man spins from his own momentum, trips over one of the fallen men, goes down. 6 seconds. 3 men on the floor. Bruce picks up his chopsticks, returns to his fish. The restaurant is silent. Everyone's staring. The elderly woman's mouth is open. The owner has dropped the phone. Even the drunk men on the floor are too shocked to move. One clutching his wrist, one gasping for air, one holding his elbow. Bruce takes another bite of fish, chews thoughtfully, swallows, then looks at the 3 men on the floor. Quietly, in Cantonese, he says, "The fight is over. Sit down, finish your meal, pay your bill, go home." The loudest man, still on the floor, looks up. Who are you?" Bruce doesn't answer, just returns to his rice. The debtor manages to catch his breath. "Pressure points," Bruce says, not looking up from his food. "Your diaphragm was temporarily restricted. You can breathe now. You're fine." The peacemaker sits up, testing his arm. "I can't. It's not moving. Give it 30 seconds. The numbness will pass." The owner approaches slowly. "Mr. Lee, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry they disturbed your dinner." Bruce waves it off. "It's fine. They disturbed everyone's dinner, not just mine." She looks at the 3 men struggling to stand. "Should I still call the police?" Bruce considers, looks at the 3 men. They're sobering up fast. "That depends. Are you 3 going to continue fighting?" They shake their heads quickly. "Are you going to pay for the damage?" They nod. "Are you going to apologize to everyone here for ruining their evening?" The loudest man, now the meekest, stands on shaky legs. "We're sorry. Very sorry. We'll pay for everything." Bruce looks at the owner. "Then no police needed. Just bill them for the broken glass and the tea they spilled." She nods. The 3 men gather their things, leave cash on the table, more than enough, and exit quickly without looking back. The door closes behind them. The restaurant slowly returns to life. Conversations resume. The elderly couple sits back down. The date couple returns to their table. The owner brings Bruce a fresh pot of tea. "On the house. And I'm very sorry." "Please don't apologize. You run a good restaurant. Sometimes drunk customers happen. Not your fault." She hesitates. "How did you... you didn't even stand up." Bruce pours tea. "Standing wasn't necessary. They came to me." A young man from a nearby table, maybe 20 years old, approaches nervously. "Excuse me. Are you Bruce Lee from the Big Boss?" Bruce nods. "I am." "That was incredible. I've never seen anyone move that fast. And you did it sitting down. Can you teach me that?" Bruce smiles slightly. "What I did wasn't about sitting or standing. It was about awareness, position, and timing. Those 3 men were drunk, emotional, and broadcasting their movements. I just responded appropriately. But the pressure points, anyone can learn pressure points. The real skill is staying calm when others panic, not engaging until absolutely necessary, and when you do engage, using the minimum force required. I could have hurt them badly. I chose not to." The young man's eyes are wide. "Is that Jeet Kune do?" "It's just being water, adapting to the situation. They were fire, hot, destructive. Fire needs fuel. I didn't give them fuel. When fire has nothing to burn, it goes out on its own. But you did more than that. You stopped them. I redirected them. There's a difference. Stopping suggests force against force. Redirecting is guiding energy that's already in motion. They defeated themselves. I just helped them do it faster." The young man bows slightly. "Thank you for the lesson." As he returns to his table, an old man from the corner, one of the politics arguers, speaks up. "In my day, we would have beaten them properly, taught them real respect." Bruce turns to him. "In your day, what would have happened after you beat them? They'd come back with friends or weapons. Now they're embarrassed, but not injured. They'll remember this as the night they were humiliated without being hurt. That's more powerful than pain. Pain fades. Embarrassment teaches." The old man considers this, nods slowly. "Maybe you're right. Different times need different solutions." Bruce returns to his meal. The fish has gotten cold, but it still tastes good. He thinks about the encounter. 6 seconds. 3 men. No damage to anyone. This is what real martial arts should be. Not the flashy kicks in movies, not the tournament glory. Just practical response to actual situations. No more force than necessary. No ego. No showing off. The restaurant door opens. A policeman enters, looks around, confused. "We received a report of a fight." The owner waves him over. "It's been handled. 3 drunk customers. They're gone now. Paid for damages. No one injured." The officer looks at the broken glass being swept up. "Who handled it?" The owner glances at Bruce, very deliberately focused on his rice. She understands. "They handled it themselves." Calmed down and left. The officer doesn't quite believe this, but sees no victims. "Well, if you need anything, call back." He leaves. Bruce finishes his meal in peace. The restaurant gradually returns to normal energy. Conversations resume. Laughter from one table. But the young man who asked about Jeet Kune keeps glancing over, clearly thinking about what he witnessed. When Bruce asks for the bill, the owner refuses payment. Please, after what you did, a free meal. I didn't do anything worth a free meal. I ended a disturbance. But they didn't. You did, and you didn't even stand up. Bruce smiles. Standing up would have meant I was entering their fight. By staying seated, I remained outside it. I only acted when they brought the fight to me. Bruce pays anyway, leaving a generous tip. As he stands to leave, the young man approaches one more time. Mr. Lee, one more question. You said you used minimum force, but how did you know what minimum was? Bruce considers the question. Good question. The answer is experience and practice. I've trained for years to understand human anatomy, pain thresholds, but more than that, I read their state. Drunk men have slower reactions but higher pain tolerance. Emotional men are unpredictable but tunnel-visioned. I assessed all that in the first seconds. The minimum force was whatever would stop them without causing injury. Could you have hurt them if you wanted to? Bruce's expression becomes serious. Yes, easily. But wanting to hurt someone and needing to hurt someone are different things. I didn't need to. They were just drunk and stupid. They'll wake up tomorrow with sore spots and bruised egos. That's enough. The young man bows again. Thank you. Really. Bruce leaves the restaurant, steps into Hong Kong's humid night. The street is busy. Neon signs, people walking. He thinks about what just happened. 6 seconds, seated, chopsticks in hand. This is the kind of story that will spread. People will exaggerate it. Say he beat 10 men. Say he used secret techniques. The truth is simpler and somehow more impressive. 3 drunk men made bad choices. Bruce gave them a way out that didn't involve hospitals or police records. Control over chaos. Precision over power. Later, the story does spread. The young man tells friends. The owner tells other restaurant owners. Within weeks, it's part of Hong Kong's Bruce Lee folklore. The details change with each telling. Some versions have 5 men. Some say Bruce never even stopped eating. But the core remains. Bruce Lee ended a fight in seconds without standing up, using technique over strength. Years after Bruce's death, that young man from the restaurant, now middle-aged, would tell the story to his own students. He became a martial arts instructor himself, teaching Jeet Kune in a small school in Kowloon. When students ask about power and strength, he tells them about the restaurant. Bruce Lee taught me the most important lesson without meaning to. Real mastery isn't about what you can do. It's about what you choose not to do. He could have hurt those men, could have made it dramatic. Instead, he ended it quickly, quietly, with minimum force. That's what separated him from everyone else. His restraint, his judgment, his understanding that martial arts is about solving problems. So here's the question. Have you ever been in a situation where you had the power to make it worse, but chose not to? That restaurant moment wasn't Bruce Lee's most famous fight. It didn't make it into films. Most people never heard about it, but for those who were there, it was more impressive than any choreographed scene, because it was real, it was messy, it was unpredictable, and it was handled with complete control. If this story made you think about the difference between being able to do something and having to do something, you've understood it. When did you choose minimum force? When maximum was available? Real mastery isn't in the fight. It's in what you do after the fight. Bruce Lee taught that lesson on a Friday evening in Hong Kong, at a corner table, never standing up, in 6 seconds. And that lesson still echoes.